warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr, left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. Well, they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
But and oh, that is going to be a safety. So how's that for an interesting way to start this ball game?
First drive of the game and you go backwards all the way into your own end zone?
Guess it kind of makes you wonder what else we might have in store here in this one. And this will be taken at the 13. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And the Raiders first down. Check. Watch 54. Here we go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fakes and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. To throw, it's Carr. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Right now. 180.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Carr gives to Richard. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. Remember, he was drafted and released by the Vikings. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Max 50, Max 50, Max black. Hey, Clifford. Joker.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but it'll be 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Cousins. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A 1st down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
That practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30.
He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Again, it's Cousins. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Cousins gives way to Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
The first run for the backup, Abdullah. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll run with Cook. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. Throwing on first down is Carr, dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Carr now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. It's Ryan Brand. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. On the ground, Richard. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Jacobs now. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A throw over the middle, taken in. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely...
It got his man complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Give him 32 on the play. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jalen Richard, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Raider 1. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike. Get in the right room. Get. Hey. Wahoo. 54.
Working from the gun. It's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Watch the edge.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's caught by Treadwell. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Bailey's kick is good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You've got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping it on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
I can't believe they even let you play. Hey, orbit. First. It's a party now. It's a party now. Check.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. From his linebacker's spot, Vontaze Burfict with a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. J.J. Nelson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, we got to get this started.
Throwing is Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great...
And the Raiders have got him. Maurice Hurst able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw, Cousins. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown Raiders. Antonio Brown. His first touchdown of the new season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve.
And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one.
That's what I do. Check 55, Bravo. Check 55 to Mike. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
Cousins again. And this is going to be intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And an alley to run. And there he goes again. Past the 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. J.J. Nelson taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive with Cook, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
29 is a Mike. Hey, Foxtrot. 29. Hey, Clipper. 29.
Throwing, Cousins. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Laquan Treadwell, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. That's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Got a man, it's Brown. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes after.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. A fumble lost last week, now a fumble lost this week. Is this just growing pains of a rookie?
It is growing pains, but they can't afford them. Not him nor his team. That means extra work during the week with his coaching staff and extra work on his head to make sure he doesn't lose his confidence. They like him. They want him to flourish.
Because you know he wants to avoid that label of being a fumble machine.
It is a label that is hard to shed, and that just means teams come after you even more, ripping and raking at the football when you're carrying it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Leave it, bring up 48. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hey, Charlie. Through.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Taylor, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Bailey as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Watch the safety screen.
Now Carr. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check three, check three, check three. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. 9. 808.
Hey, Delta.
Here's Carr to throw. And he's going to go down again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Hey. What's it on? 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Shadow 2. 54. Hey, get in the way. What's it on?
Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Cousins now from the 50. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Benson Mayowa in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Defense. Let's go, defense.
Throw.
Slam.
Hey, Zoo.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the defense loses him. It's complete. 20, 10, 5. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
What now? What inning? Push him back.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
A loss of a yard on the play, and it's 3rd down. Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Raiders, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. And we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Hit to hit with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them. I'ma break them, I'm a Hall of Fame legend. They should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a Sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Dino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame that on Gino. Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. Fettuccine with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he's well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate, pay their bills. They can't get it by they sell.
That's why you treat my friend good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just enough.
I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way, cause my bros on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
With this rhyme, I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess on my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They check it.